Hello and welcome everyone. Today we're going on a journey exploring some really powerful and practical lessons right from the heart of Islamic tradition. We'll be looking at guidance from the Qur'an and the teachings of the Prophet, and we're going to start with a verse that is just truly profound.
So let's begin right here with this beautiful verse. It speaks of this special honor, right? A unique station given by the Creator. But who is this about, and what does it really mean for our journey today?
Well, this verse is talking about the Prophet Idrees, peace be upon him. He was given this incredible, unique status of being raised to the heavens. He didn't pass away on earth. This story, it just perfectly sets the stage for our exploration of faith, elevation, and our ultimate purpose.
All right, first up, foundations of faith. In this section, we're going to explore the very core of belief by looking for signs of the Creator in the world that's right in front of us.
Now, this is such a simple but powerful idea. Just think about it for a second. From the exact same soil, the exact same water, you get this unbelievable diversity of life. Fruits, flowers, trees, and every single one has its own unique taste, its own color, its own fragrance. It's just a brilliant illustration of the infinite creative power of the One.
So, when you feel that sense of awe, what's the next step? Well, that naturally brings us to our next section. How do we translate that belief into our daily lives? This is all about turning faith into concrete, meaningful action.
And just look at this. The very first command, right after worshiping your Rabb, your Lord, alone, is the absolute obligation to be kind to our parents. It isn't just a suggestion, it's a divine commandment. Placing kindness to parents at this level, wow, it tells you something really profound about how important our foundational human relationships are.
Okay, so you see this number, just the number 2. It might seem simple, but it represents a really powerful voluntary act of worship. This signifies the 2 rak'ahs, or units of prayer, that are recommended after you perform Wudhu, the ritual ablution before prayer.
And here is the profound reward for that simple action. The Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, taught that if you perform your ablution well, and then you pray these 2 units with full concentration, all of your past sins will be forgiven. What a beautiful opportunity for a completely fresh start.
Here we have a really practical tool for our spiritual well-being. This is a prayer, a dua, that comes directly from the Qur'an. It's a humble request for protection from ignorance. And we're not just talking about a lack of knowledge, but the kind of ignorance that can lead to arrogance and doing the wrong thing. It's really a supplication for wisdom and humility. So with our personal worship established, our third section kind of broadens the focus. Now we're going to look at character and conduct, how we actually interact with the world and all the people in it.
Now this is a very strong warning from the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, about preserving our sacred spaces. The Masjid, the mosque, it's for the remembrance of God, right? And this guidance really stresses keeping it free from all that worldly chatter that just distracts from its real purpose. And right after the sanctity of a place, we get this incredibly sharp piece of advice about the sanctity of our speech. This defines the worst kind of person not by their actions, but by the impact of their words. It's someone that people are nice to, not because they genuinely respect them, but because they're afraid of their sharp, harmful tongue. It's such a powerful reminder for all of us to guard our speech. From the sanctity of our spaces and our speech, the guidance broadens even more, showing how holistic it really is. For example, the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, also talked about our physical health. He mentioned this specific plant, Idhkhir grass. Later on, scholars noted its potential medicinal benefits, which just goes to show how this guidance connects our spiritual, our social, and our physical well-being. And that brings us to our final section, which really puts everything we've talked about into its ultimate context. Now we're looking at the bigger picture, the eternal perspective. This direct comparison from the Qur'an frames our entire existence. On one hand, the pleasures of this life, they're described as temporary, as short. But in stark contrast, the hereafter is what is truly better and what is lasting, especially for those with taqwa, that state of being constantly mindful of God.
And to make the abstract promise of the hereafter more tangible, the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, gave us these specific, incredible details about life in Jannah, or paradise. The people there will enjoy its blessings without any of the discomforts or impurities of this world. Even the process of digestion is transformed into something beautiful, a fragrance like musk. It's just amazing.
So we've journeyed through faith, worship, our conduct, and our ultimate destination.
We've talked about everything from kindness to parents, to the sanctity of our words and our spaces, all the way to the very nature of paradise. So as we wrap this up, the question isn't just, what did we learn, but what are we going to do with it? Which one of these lessons will you actively carry with you into your day?